What's up, YouTubers? I am Reaching Nirvana, and today I am going to be presenting to you my super awesome Madolche deck build. This Madolche deck is awesome. It brings out Tiramisu in first turn. It has an FTK potential. I've tried it at locals yesterday, and I mean, even though I lost the first match, I managed to pull off an FTK. But before I explain the deck, let me just show you what cards I'm running. So here goes. Okay, first off, there's two Guardian Yados in this deck. I run one Madolche Puddingsis, 3 Magdalenes, 3 Mewfiels, 3 Messengelados, 2 Croissants, 2 Kajmucha Knights, 1 Spell Striker, 2 Giant Rats, and 1 Sangan. Those are 20 monsters in total. Now for the spell cards. 2 Madolche Chateaus, 2 Madolche Tickets, 1 Rhoda or Reinforcements of the Army, 2 Pot of Dualities, 2 Instant Fusions, 2 Forbidden Lances, 1 Monster Reborn, 1 Heavy Storm, 2 MSTs, Mystical Space Typhoons. That's 15 spell cards. As for the traps, I run 1 Madolche Trap, Madolche Lesson, 1 Solemn Judgment or the Solemn Brigade, Solemn Warnings, 1 Bottomless Trap Hole, and 2 Dark Bribes. Now for the side, I run Shadow Imprisonings, Light Imprisonings, Imperial Iron Walls, Royal Decree, Maxis, and Chain Disappearance. And the extra deck consists of course, the bitch Tiramisu, 3 Emic Saber Invokers, 1 Heroic Champion Excalibur, 1 Heroic Champion Gandava, 1 number 50 Black Ship of Corn, 1 Gaga Cowboy, 1 number 30 Acid Golem of Destruction, 1 number 17 Leviathan Dragon, 1 Temple the Percussion Djinn, and 1 Wind Up Zen Mains. For the instant fusion cards, I run a Carbonala Warrior, level 4 Earth Warrior, and a Fusionist, level 3 Earth Beast monster. Okay, as for the explanation for the Madolche deck, this deck is freaking awesome. You could get FTKs, OTKs, 2 Madolche Tiramisus in 1 turn, all that good shit. Now, for the explanation of the deck, it's always good to start off with 2 Guardian Yadoses, like your normal summons and shit. Well, this special summoner here is just fucking awesome, dude. If you draw this card first turn, that's an easy special summoner. If you draw both of them, fucking perfect, dude. You got 2 Yadoses fucking guarding your back and shit. Pudding says it's only good with Madolche Ticket if you're gonna special summon her when you have Tiramisu out on the field, or Giant Rat combo. Set Giant Rat, they destroy by battle. If it happens, special summon Pudding says right off the bat because she only has 1,000 attack and she's Earth. Fucking simple. Now for Madolche Magdalenes, this is like one of the key techs or main cards of the deck. She is your searcher for any Madolche monster in your deck, including herself. Also, she is a level 4 monster, Madolche monster for your Tiramisu. Next, we have the Mewfiels. Mewfiels are like the main card, one of the main cards in the deck. When this card is special summoned, normal summoned, you could special summon 1 Madolche monster from your hand. If they have their special little effects like Messengelado here, when this card is special summoned, you can add 1 Madolche spell trap card from your deck to your hand. Of course, you must control a Madolche beast type monster, which is Mewfiel or Croissant, on the field. Now, Messengelado is fucking the best, way better than the Butler Rusk. Because Butler Rusk, he only searches out a field spell card, which is going to be the Chateau. Now, when you have Messengelado special summon when you control a beast-type monster, fucking awesome. You could search out Chateau, Lessons, T-Break, Ticket, and even Waltz. So, I think Messengelado is just way fucking better than Butler Rusk, Marmalade, and etc, etc. Now for Croissant's just in there for like another little tech. He could be a level 3 monster as well as a level 4, which is the only type of rank XCs that I run in this deck. Plus, he could also be a level 4 Madolche monster to get your Tiramisu out on the field. So, Croissant, always the best. He's also good to start off your combo if you're going to special summon with Giant Rat when you have Mew Fuel and Messengelato on the field. So he's a great card all in all. Next, I run 2 Kajimucha Knights along with the Spell Striker. Reason why I don't run 3 Kajimucha Knights is because, for me, that's too much. You need to normal summon a level 3 monster to special summon this card from your hand. As for that ruling, I heard it was some kind of simultaneous, goes without chain or some shit like that. It works perfectly. You don't need the whole TG Werewolf like almost everyone runs. I personally don't like running TG Werewolf. He's just a nuisance for me. Plus, he's not a Earth monster, so I wouldn't be able to special summon him with Giant Rat. And what if someone ends up throwing out a Gozen match and I have to fucking get rid of my TG Werewolf and keep my Earth monsters? So that's why I don't run Werewolves. I run the 1 Spell Striker and Kajimucha Knight simply because he's much more of a simpler summon than having to wait for a special summon level 4. So it's more consistent in shorter words. Giant Rat, of course, self-explanatory. Fucking the oldest card probably in this deck besides Sangan or Heavy Storm, etc. Giant Rat, when this card is destroyed by battle, you could special summon 1 Earth monster with 1500 or less attack in face-up attack position. You know, starting your combo with a Croissant or just get out your Pudding Cess or any other Earth monster you'd like. And, of course, Sangan to search out a 1500 or less attack position monster from your deck to your hand. I would search out one of the cards that I would need, Mew Fuel, Madolche, Croissant, Kajimucha Knight, or Spell Striker, or even Giant Rat. So those are the monsters. Here for the field, the field Chateau. Instead of setting cards back, okay, let me start off by saying Madolche monsters have the ability when they are destroyed, when you're possessing them, even if they're solemned. I don't know if that ruling has changed yet, but even when they're solemned, when they go to the graveyard, they return back to the deck, and then the deck is then shuffled. When you have this awesome Madolche Chateau field spell card on the field, instead of the monsters going to your deck, they go back to your hand instead, so you're just simply easily recycling your Madolche monsters. Also, all Madolche monsters on the field gain 500 attack and defense. Now, Madolche Ticket, this is a card that most people have trouble coping with because it's freaking beast. It's like a wind-up factory for the Madolches. When a Madolche monster is returned from your side of the field or graveyard to your hand or main deck by a card effect, any card effect, doesn't have to be Madolche specifically, you can add 1 Madolche monster from your deck to your hand. Now, if you control a face-up fairy Madolche monster, meaning Pudding Cess or Tiramisu, you could just simply special summon that monster in face-up attack position instead of adding it to your hand. Although Madolche Ticket can only be used once per turn. Oh, still a great card. You get to search out, special summon, do a shitload of plays with that. Now, I threw in Reinforcements of the Army. Here's another reason why I don't run the whole TG Werewolf bullshit, because with Reinforcements of the Army, you could search out your Warrior tech cards. Also, you could search out one of the Madolches, which would be Madolche Messengelato. He is a warrior. So it's fucking awesome. I threw in Rhoda for the fuck of it. Also, a double Pot of Dualities. Fucking Pot of Duality. I love starting Pot of Duality with one of my Giant Rats or my Sangan or, of course, my Madolche. And then there's times when you can get Madolche, Reinforcements of the Army, and Pot of Duality in your hand. She'll fucking reduce your deck by like 4 or 5 cards or 3 cards. And your fucking combo is just gonna go off great like that. Instant Fusion. Instant Fusion is just one of the awesome cards in the deck. I'm not making it my main engine, but it is one of the best cards in the deck. If you don't have your tech cards to special summon a level 3 monster onto the field, you could always just use an Instant Fusion from your hand, special summon Fusionist, or bring out a level 4. And the reason why I made it a warrior is because I could overlay this guy with Messengelato, and I could easily just go for Excalibur, an easy 4000 beat stick, or Gandova, which has an awesome effect once per turn when a level 4 or lower monster is special summoned to your opponent's side of the field, except during the damage step, of course. You can detach 1 XC from this card, destroy the special summon monster, or monsters. Fucking awesome warrior card. I had to have it in my deck, so I just threw it in there, found out how to get it in there. Now, lances. Lances are the shit. I really don't like dresses, even though I used to run them. I thought they were the shit, but now they're just completely useless. Lance has the ability to reduce a monster on the field, lose its attack points by 800 points. Also, that monster is unaffected by other spell or trap cards. It could be dimensional prison, any any spell or trap card, probably even skill drain. It would stop it, and that monster wouldn't be affected by it. Also, this combo goes well with pudding cyst. Say, for instance, your pudding cyst is selected for attack target. You could save your pudding cyst by using a lance. The monster is going to be destroyed, and because pudding cyst was engaged in a battle, because he was attacked, it could be attacked or attacks. You get to pop one of their cards on the field. Fucking awesome combo. Monster Reborn, pretty obvious, you know, fucking do whatever the fuck you have to do to save yourself. Heavy Storm, the best, well, besides Harpy's Feather Duster, one of the best spell trap card back row deletions. Mystical Space Typhoons, your little refresher from stress from the back rows. And that's it for the spell cards. Now you have your trap cards. Madolche Lesson. The reason why I run Madolche Lesson in the deck is because I only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 potential monsters that could go in the graveyard, including your Yaddles, so I'll make 8. My mistake. Say, for instance, you want to special summon Yaddles, and you have one monster in your graveyard, and you can't special summon it, and luckily you have a Madolche monster in your graveyard. When you activate this card, you get to shuffle one Madolche monster into your deck, but if you have the field, just add it to your hand. Shuffle it into the deck, and all Madolche monsters currently control 800 attack and defense permanently. It's not until the end phase of the turn, it's permanently. So you could pretty much get your Tiramisu up to a 3500 beat stick, or if the field's out, an easy 300 beat stick. After that happens, you could then shuffle one other monster from your deck into the graveyard. Yaddles, Kajimucha Knight, Spell Striker, Giant Rat, Sangan, or your XEs. Recycle your XEs. Of course, I run the Solemn Brigade, Bottomless, Dark Bribe. I don't see why people don't run Dark Bribes. Dark Bribe is like the absolute most best card in the fucking deck, even though your opponent draws one card. Reason why I choose this over Starlight Road is because Stardust Dragon, I don't want to fucking pay like 15 bucks to get a Stardust Dragon. And also, it could easily be negated by Dark Bribe or Solemn Judgment or some other fucking card that would negate Starlight Road because it's not a counter trap. Dark Bribe is a counter trap. If your opponent pays 4,000 life points, half their life points to negate a card on the field, and you have this face down, I would activate it, fucking negate their judgment, and you just fucking took out a fucking $10 card with a fucking $1-2 card. Awesome. Fucking awesome. Now, as for the XEs, this is where I will be doing a little bit of a more in-depth explanation, since you don't know how or how the XEs work. So Tiramisu, everyone knows what this card does. If you don't, then you've been living in a cave for the past few months. Once per turn, you can detach one XE material from this card, then target up to 2 Madolche cards in your graveyard, shuffle those targets into the deck, then shuffle cards to your opponent controls into the deck up to the number of cards returned. They don't target cards on the field, so Machina Fortress wouldn't have its effect activated, or any card that says this card can't be targeted, or etc. target. It's not going to work because it doesn't target. Now, MX Saber Invokers. You're probably wondering, like, what the fuck? Why does this guy have MX Saber Invokers in a Madolche deck? Check this out. I kept talking about level 3s and all this shit. Reason why is because you would normal summon Mifio, Kajimucha Knight's effect activates in the hand. You will special summon Messenger Lotto and Kajimucha Knight. You'll have 2 level 3 monsters and 1 level 4 Madolche monster. Overlay the 2 level 3s, get your MX Saber out. Once MX Saber out, once per turn you will activate its effect. You can detach 1 XC material from this card, special summon 1 level 4 warrior or beast warrior type monster from your deck and face up defense position, destroy it during the end phase. And you're probably wondering, who's the level 4 earth warrior? Of course! Fucking Messengelado. He's a warrior. He's level 4. He's an Earth. He's perfect for the description. You will have 2 level 4 Earth warrior Madolche cards on the field. Or if you wanted to, you could just go for Game for Excalibur, fucking Gandalf and shit. So yes, you would do your 3 card out combo, get MX Saber Invoker, Special Summon Warrior in face of defense, overlay them for Tiramisu. If you have cards to pop back to the deck, you would do so. If you control Madolche Ticket, its effect will activate because you shuffle cards into the deck or into the hand. Special Summon a card in face of attack position. Also, if the cards are being shuffled back into the deck, you would just simply add the cards back to your hand. They would still have to shuffle the cards back into the deck. The other XCs, they're just XCs that I would want to run just because for other plans against certain other decks. Excalibur 4000 beat stick will take out any monster below its level. I mean its attack points. Gandalf because once per turn when a level 4 or lower monster special summon attracts. Black Ship of Corn, obviously, you could get rid of their Sanguine or Giant Rats because it doesn't destroy a monster by battle, or it doesn't destroy a card, it just simply sends it to the graveyard and they take 1000 damage. You gotta remember though, the monster has to have 2100 or less attack points simply because of its effect. Gaga Cowboy, the reason why I run Gaga Cowboy in here is because you will be doing a lot of damage in this deck up to the point where you only have like 1000 life points or 800 life points. Gaga Cowboy, he has 2 effects depending on his battle position. In attack position, if you detach a card, this card gains 1000 attack during the damage step, and the monster it's attacking loses 500. So he basically gets like a double jump right there. Any monster that's 2900 attack points or less, he will be able to ram it out. Now when he's in defense position, you could just simply take an 800 burn to them, 800 damage to your opponent. Now, I run Acid Golem as my last resort because I can't special summon with Acid Golem when he's on the field, and I do a shitload of special summoning in this deck. During your standby phases, detach 1 XC from this material from this card, or take 2000 damage. You cannot special summon any monsters while this card has no XC materials. It cannot attack. That's bad. That's fucking bad. But like I said, it's a last resort card. Your main rank 3 XC monster, it's going to be your number 17 Leviathan Dragon. If you're going to be attacking with it, once per turn you can detach 1 XC material from this card. This card gains 500 attack. If this card has no XC materials, it cannot attack your opponent directly. 2500 beat stick, like your Yados. Great. Tempo, he's one of my little helpers in case I'm going against XC monsters and shit. Once per turn, during your either player's turn, you can detach 1 XC material from this card to target 1 XC monster your opponent controls. Detach 1 XC material from that monster, and all face of Digin XC monsters you currently control gain 500 attack. So don't think of Tempo as well, say for instance if your opponent has 2, or Gemini, say for instance Gemini Pearl. You know, he has 2 XC materials, he's a normal XC monster. He could easily take out what's his face? Gemini Pearl, because when you summon him you would detach, he would detach, you gain 500, he's at 22. During his turn, you would activate the same effect, detach, he would gain another 500, making him up to 2700, and I believe Gemini Pearl is a 2600 beat stick. So this guy's awesome. He could surpass Leviathan Dragon if it had the potential, or if it had the 2 XC materials in your opponent's side of the field. As for my last XC, my defense, Wind Up Zen mains, 2 level 3 monsters. Everyone knows about this card. If not, you've definitely been living in a fucking hole or some shit, dude. If this face-up card on the field would be destroyed, you can detach 1 XC material from this card instead. Once per turn during the end phase, if this effect was used this turn, target 1 card on the field, destroy it. This effect only happens when it's on the field. So if your Wind Up Zen mains was for some awesome, and this happens a lot. For some reason, they attacked it with 3 Blue Eyes White Dragons. Your Wind Up Zen mains won't be able to activate its effect because it's not on the field anymore. I don't know the ruling behind that. As for the fusions, like I said, Instant Fusion is always my backup to my Tiramisu, or just an extra warrior for my Excalibur, my Gandalf. So after I'm done doing the whole loop and shit, or if I'm going to start the loop and I don't have any tech cards, I could just instant fusion a Fusionist, level 3 monster. You know, go for the Tiramisu and shit. But if I already did the combo, I already had my Kajmucha or my Spell Striker, which banishes one spell card to special summon it, he could also attack directly and you take no battle damage involving this card. This card is awesome. I forgot to explain it. I'm sorry, guys. But it's awesome. So you've already done your combo, and you still have an instant fusion in your hand, and you have an extra Messenger Lotto on the field, or Mageline, or Croissant level 4. You could use Carbonella Warrior, Carbonella Warrior with your other warrior, Messenger Lotto will get you your Excalibur, depending on the situation, or your Gandalf. With the other level 4s, you could easily just go for, Black Ship of Corn, or you could just take out your Gaga Cowboy, make him into a 3000 beat stick in a way, or if not, just use the 8000 life points and keep him in defense position. So there it is, guys. This is the Madolche deck that I'm using, the Madolche deck that I'm going to take to regionals. If you like this deck, just comment, subscribe, see what better things I could do to this deck, or what better things I could add to the deck. And just make sure you subscribe to the channel, and see you guys soon. I'll be coming up with a new video.